learning the language was definitely a process. Everyone just has to accept like that when you go there, you're gonna have a period of time that you don't know what people are saying. And like some missionaries that just like is so hard. But if you just accept it and like I'm learning or I'm new and just kind of like I'm gonna get better, then it's way less stressful. And that's kind of what my attitude was. Like like for example, my first transfer was general conference, and I had to watch it in Portuguese with the whole ward, and I did not understand any of it. It was like listening to family, heart, love, you know what I mean? But it was like, it helped, I feel like it helped my language a lot just because like I was trying so hard to understand, especially the prophet. I was like, I want to know what you're saying. And so that was interesting. So Portuguese people, they have a very different accent than Brazilians. So a lot of new missionaries that come straight out of the MTC, they come to Portugal with a Brazilian accent. And it's kind of funny because like I trained a few times on my mission, and always my greenies would come and they would be speaking with this Brazilian accent. It was kind of funny because it was like, people are going to think that's weird, you know what I mean? But like they eventually just like learn, oh, that's not how you talk here. But like for example, Brazilians, they'll say things like if it's a TI, they'll say it chi, or like a DI, they say G. So like I'm trying to think of an example. Like, oh, classic. Brand new missionaries come to Portugal and they say the word. So the word for milk in Portuguese is leite. But all new missionaries come to Portugal saying leite because they learned it in the MTC. They'll be like, oh, I want some leite. And you just look at them like, it's not leite, it's late. You know what I mean? But it's fine. It's just kind of cute. Like, oh, cute, you came from the MTC. Because usually the teachers there are served in Brazil. So just kind of recognizing that, like, maybe the things you learn in the MTC aren't, like, exactly how it is in Portugal, just because the accents are very different. But if you do speak a Brazilian accent, people will understand you. Like, there's tons of Brazilians there. Like, it's not that different. It's just the difference between, like, an English accent and an American accent. And Portuguese is, like, in Portugal, is, like, the British accent of Portuguese. So it's a little bit more formal, and we use, like, for example, in Brazil, they say você for you. Like, oh, você will do something. You know what I mean? But in Portugal, you always say tu. Like, tu is for you. Kind of similar in Spanish. So that was interesting. Like, a lot of new missionaries came saying você, and they had to learn to say tu. So that was interesting. I would say I was fluent. Like, I understood exactly what was going on by the time I was, like, honestly, in, like, my third transfer, maybe even a little later. No, my third transfer or fourth transfer was when it was like, okay, I feel good. But, like, the first two transfers is honestly a struggle. But it's just, like, everyone goes through it, and everyone can relate. So you're going to serve, if you go to Portugal, you'll probably serve with foreign missionaries, because it's very rare to have missionaries from Portugal, like a Portuguese missionary, and all the missionaries there dream of serving with a Portuguese person, because your Portuguese would get so much better. But I served with two Brazilian sisters, and so that was interesting because I had to learn more about their culture and how they communicate and, like, their funny little sayings, because Brazilian, I feel like Brazil has a lot more, like, slang, not slang, like, but they, like, have fun with the language and kind of, like, throw out words, and it's kind of just like, whatever, you know? But Portuguese people, it's very, like, you speak right, you speak correctly. And so that was interesting. I had to kind of learn that whole side of Portuguese and culture, because it is different. Like, they're from Brazil, and, like, they have totally different habits and beliefs. Like, for example, one time we went to a member's house, and it was this mom, and she was kind of busy, and so she was, like, saying, like, oh, I'll talk to you later, like, I'm kind of busy right now. And so I was just kind of like, okay, and I start to leave, and then my Brazilian companion's like, let's help you, like, we're gonna help you right now. And so we go in there, and she just starts cleaning the house, and, like, she takes out the trash, and she's like, we're gonna cook you dinner. And so she just starts cooking dinner, and I'm sitting there like, is this okay? But the member just totally loved it. And so that was cool, because it was like, oh, like, she was just a little bit more, like, bold and kind of, like, she knew how to cook. And my Brazilian companions could cook so well. So that was awesome. And I learned how to make, like I still use things I learned from them when I cook food now. So that was fun.